get ready with me while I tell y'all about the man who's been sending my boyfriend unsolicited nudes. All right, I'm already almost ready, but I still want to tell y'all this story. So basically, there's this guy who my boyfriend is a mutual friend with, okay? He is gay, and recently he sent my boyfriend a video of his ass, okay? And my boyfriend responded to that video by saying, like, whoa, bro, I don't swing that way. I have a girlfriend, right? And I kind of told my boyfriend, I was like, don't block him yet. Like, see if this goes any further, which maybe that was my first mistake. I don't know. Boyfriend leaves one open, right? Doesn't text him. Again, my boyfriend is in his car and he opens up a snap and it's this man naked in the mirror. He was kind of like grabbing himself, so you like didn't really see his junk, but still disgusting. And my boyfriend has proof of it because he turned the camera to his dash cam and he like showed it, and then he like went to the next snap, like clicked out of that snap, and the next snap was him being like, I'm so sorry, like I won't do it again, like being all weird. And my boyfriend just left that one on open. He didn't want to interact. A few days go by, and then if I'm remembering correctly, he sent my boyfriend one more thing, but I could be wrong, so don't take my word for it. This is where it gets good. I work as a server. I'm not going to tell y'all where because I'm not getting myself in trouble, but I work as a server, and this one particular night, this was on Friday last week, I look over and the man who's been sending my boyfriend these photos is at the bar, right? So I go up to him and I just super calmly, I go, hey, do you know Bear Rushing? Which is my boyfriend's name. And then he like leans back in his seat and looks like holy fuck, I've been caught, right? And he goes, kind of. And I go, oh, well, I'm his girlfriend, and the things you've been sending him are really weird and really funny, but you're weird. And then I kind of turn away, and I was near the well, so I was waiting for the drinks for my table. And as I'm waiting, he turns to me and he's trying to like gain his power back, like, and he goes, excuse me. And I turn like, and he's like, can you get me ranch? And like me and like in my server, like go, I was like, sure. Why did I say yes? This man was trying to run me around. But I go and get him the ranch, and as I'm getting it, I kind of like had a little script in my head. I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna say. But then I go to the bar and I bring him his ranch. And when I set it down at the bar, he says, oh, I actually need one more ranch for the guy over there. Like, he needs a ranch. Why the fuck would I get that ranch? And I said, I'll get it, but stop sending your ass to my boyfriend. And I said it loud enough for like the guy next to him to hear it, so I know this man was embarrassed. And then I looked at the bartender and I was like, get him ranch. Like, I'm not gonna get him fucking ranch. And then he texts my boyfriend on Snapchat and he goes, your girlfriend just came up to me when I was trying to eat my dinner. She must be so worried. And my boyfriend was just like, what did she say? And then he reiterated the entire thing that I just told y'all, but he includes in his little message, I told that bitch to get me ranch. Okay, baby, we can play that game, right? And then he says, this makes me tempted to send more. And then he sent a snap, and my boyfriend waited for me to get to his house to see the snap. And again, I have proof of every single one of these conversations, snaps, everything. Real quick, I want to add that every single piece of documentation that I have of this has not been sent out to anyone. It will not be like sent out or shown to any of my peers or anything. We are only documenting it for like legal purposes and like proof of like this harassment. So it's not being used for any like malicious type of blackmail. And we opened the snap and it was just him like doing a gesture with his mouth implying that he wanted to have a pee-pee in it. And you know, that's when we were fed up. And then my boyfriend was like, you're a freak, don't talk to me anymore. And he texted back and he goes, oh, that must have been the girlfriend. And damn right, I wrote it up with my boyfriend, like, we're gonna, yeah, who cares? Like, and then we blocked him, right? But it has me thinking. You want to run me around and call me a little bitch? I can show you bitch. This is where I get back at him, because you don't call me a little bitch. I can show you a little bitch. So basically, he is signed with like a modeling and acting agency. I won't say which one it is, because I don't want to make the agency look bad. But he also has a job at a hair salon, from what I've been told. So I'm thinking that I send each of these places that he's involved with the proof of sending unsolicited nude images to people, to let them know what their talent is doing and what their employee is doing. And then he can call me a little bitch, because I'm not going to entertain him anymore by like lashing out on him and telling him not to do that and whatever. I'm gonna come from the inside out. Baby, you want to see bitch? I will show you bitch. And he has done this to multiple people who he went to high school with, who live in our area. Several men have told me that he has done the exact same thing to them. So, baby, you're not getting away with it this time. But yeah, let me know what you guys would do. And honestly, if it really comes down to it, if I feel like it, maybe I'll do a police report too. I don't know. It depends on if he decides to do anything else. But yeah, let me know what y'all would do. Okay, hope y'all enjoyed this story, because it's really interesting to me.
Just fucking head down, like, fuck it. So, story time on how I whooped a bitch's ass in 6th grade for talking shit and making up a bunch of fake rumors about me and my friend group. So I whooped her ass, dragged her down the stairs, and put her head in a fucking toilet. Okay, before starting these rumors up about me, yes, this was in 6th grade. This was years ago. Don't think this is a flex, because it's not. And don't be on my dick about this shit, alright? And this story time was a request by Naomi, who told me, how did this ghetto phase start? So let me tell you, this was my first ever fight. And girl, this started my entire ghetto phase. So let me tell you exactly how this shit went down. Okay, so this girl, let's give you a little background information on this girl. Her name will be like Hairbrush. Okay, so in 6th grade, I was fresh out of elementary school, and the only friend group I had were my friends from elementary, obviously. So I stuck with them, and we were a whole friend group, and we always stayed together. We were tight like this. But this one girl, they met her in like, I guess, one of their classes, and they just started bringing her around the friend group. And I didn't know her, because I was in gifted magnet classes, and they were regular classes, so I didn't know who she was. But like, low-key, the more she started hanging out with us, the more iffy I got about her, because she was just mad weird. And like, she always tried acting like she always tried to act like she was a shit when she wasn't. Like, low-key, back then, I used to be mad aggressive with everybody. I didn't give a fuck. Like, I was just doing my own thing. Obviously, like, my friend group went through like a lot of trauma. Like, they have their own personal experiences that obviously I'm not gonna state in this video. But you could tell, like, they have trauma and they've been through, like, a lot of shit with people, you know? Which was crazy, because we're only in 6th grade at this point. Mind you, 6th grade. And before this, we used to share, like, all this shit with her. Before we got close to her, like, we used to tell her, like, our personal shit. Like, just so she would know. But she would always give, like, this off feeling. She would always be like, oh, like she looked, like, very, like, uncomfortable when we talked about it. Because she, like, basically just doesn't know how to handle that experience or whatever. That's literally what she said at one point. And then as soon as like she starts hanging out with our friend group more and more and more, it's like getting to like the end of the school year, right? And I am still like so, at this point I'm still like, I'm more iffy than I was before. Like, I don't know, I did not like this girl. I did not like her. I did not want to be near her. I didn't want to be her friend. But obviously, I felt bad, like, defriending someone like that, especially if they're part of a friend group and she only talks to us. So I was just like, okay, whatever, I'll suck it up for this year. That was until she started saying lies. Like, she started saying that she started becoming all suicidal, talking about, like, just, like, randomly trauma dumping and basically taking our stories and making them her own. Like, if I were to say, like, fucking, my dog died, she'll be like, oh, yeah, my dog died. Like, if I were to say, like, my dad left. Her dad left. Because one time she told us that her brother killed himself, and we were literally comforting her, watching her cry, and we were like literally comforting her. We'll walk you to the gate because she was like about to get picked up by her parents, and we're like, oh, we'll go walk you to your gate because we already seen your parents, like, you know, we'll go walk you. And she was like, oh, no, 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 don't come. And we were just like, okay, but that's kind of weird, you know, because we always walk her. And lo and behold, it's her fucking brother. She only has one brother, and she told us this, like, she only has one brother, and that's the brother that killed himself. So what the fuck is your brother doing there? Plus, we've seen his face before. Like, even when she was caught in those fucking lies, like, she never stopped, like, ever. Like, she lied so much, it was just insane. And we caught on to everything, we just didn't want to say anything because she was our friend, you know. And then I remember, I forgot what happened, but I heard a rumor about me and my friends, and I kid you not, I forgot what this rumor was, but the person that told me it came from her. And that's when I got all mad, and I was so pressed. I was just like, bro, like, I'm like trying to be the nicest person to you, even though I don't fucking like you, and you're over here talking shit, you know? I had enough of like all of that shit, and I went up to her, like, in the after school program. I went up to her, and I was just like, bro, I was like, okay, so what's up? Like, you're over here talking shit about me, and I'm trying to be a good friend to you, but you're really getting on my nerves. I was like, you gonna admit that shit to my face, or we gonna fight this shit out, like, you know? And mind you, I was in 6th grade. I had no hands, I had no squabbles, I had no nothing. I just had aggression, bro. And she's denying. And then I finally get her to admit that shit to me. And I was like, okay, so then what's up? Like, you know, I was like, okay, so then what's up? Like, you want to talk shit so bad. I'm here now. I'm in your face. So let's fight. And she was like, I'm not going to fight you. Like, da 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 da. There's like a balcony. And there's stairs going down. And it's kind of like hidden in a way. And I kid you not, like, I was arguing with her in her face. My friends were downstairs watching me, like, recording this shit. And I was like, okay, so what's up? I throw a shitty ass it landed though. That's all that matters. It landed. I was like, and she, like, kind of, like, backed away. And then I grabbed her by her hair. I, like, yanked her down. And she kind of, like, fell on her knees. Like, I literally, kid you not, grabbed her. And I started dragging her down the stairs, and she was fucking head down, like, fucking. And I was beating her ass, and then, like, next to the auditorium, there's restrooms. So then I started beating her in her fucking shit, bro. And then, like, I dragged her to the restroom, and then, kid you not, low-key, my friends jumped in. Like, they started jumping. They're like. So, anyways, she's on the ground. We're beating her at. Hold up. We started jumping her in the restroom where, like, no staff was looking. And then after that, I told her, like, you gonna keep talking shit or what? And she was just like, at this point, I think she was, like, crying or something. She was, like, crying or whatever. And I was just like, no, you wanted to talk shit, da 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 da. I was so mad. Like, I don't even know how I even got this mad. And then I dragged her up. I made her sit up because she was, like, laying on the floor. And I grabbed her by her hair. And I made her sit up. And then after that, I put her head, like, her whole body against the fucking toilet. And I was shoving her head. And I was just like, say that shit one more time. I was yelling, bro. I was like, say that shit one more time. And at this point, like, I think my friends felt bad. And low-key, like, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. Like, I was just crashing out. And they, like, pulled me off of her. And then, like, after that, she just, like, left the restroom. And that's how I whooped her, basically. Low-key, like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but right after that, like, she went home, and I literally did not hear from her, like, after that, like, just silence. But if that's all you gotta do to shut a bitch up, then, and yes, I am sorry about everything that I did, but you know what, like, sometimes bitches have to get what they deserve. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching my story times. Bye, guys.
Hey guys, get ready to me telling y'all story time how I almost got into a fight at school, y'all. So, let's get into it. Let's go. So, me and this boy, let's go. We're going to call him... Hold on, let me think. We're going to call him Tom. Me and Tom was friends. Like, friends, right? And we're going to call the girl Susie. So, Tom and Susie went together, right? And I seen Susie at a game. Also, my other friend, we're going to call her Double was at the game too. And we all was at the game. Well, the boyfriend wasn't at the game. Only Susie and Double was at the game, and me. Because, you know, I cheered. Like. But yeah, Susie and Double was at the game, right? And me. And basically, word got back to him that she was doing something unloyal to Tom. And basically, when it got back to Tom went to go ask Susie. And Susie was like denying and saying she didn't do anything. And once Susie said that, Tom asked me, like, did she do anything? I didn't necessarily say anything to him. Like, I didn't say nothing. For real, I didn't say nothing. But the things that were said to him was some false things that did not happen, that I didn't see. But somebody else seen it, somebody else told him. But freaking Tom gonna go back and tell Susie that I said those things. So now Susie wanna fight me. But not just Susie. Susie's best friend also wants to fight me. And I'm like, wait, whoa. What is going on right now? So basically after that, Tom called Susie's best friend on the phone. The one who wanted to fight me, y'all. The one who wanted to fight me. And she was asking me questions like, did I say this? Did I say that? Going off on for no reason. And I was just like, I didn't say anything. I don't know what Tom is talking about. I didn't say anything. Then after I gave Tom the phone back, she proceeds to go off and still talk about me. Which I didn't do anything. So all of this is just big for no reason. But anyways, after that, Susie's best friend outside of my hallway. Like my classroom. Like my classroom have a hallway and then there's a class right there. My class is right there by that hallway. And she was outside telling me to go out there and, you know, fight. But, you know me, I wasn't about to fight. I have too much to lose. So after that, I wasn't fighting. They're like, dang, you scary. No, that's not the case. It's just, I have too much to lose. I'm a cheerleader, good grades. I don't want nothing bad on my record. But yeah. After that, she went back to her class or got on her bus because it was almost time to go when this started to happen. I was just chilling. And I hear nothing else about this from here on out. So, yeah. I guess it's like past, like off, like I don't care no more. But yeah, like that was crazy. Like, I don't know. That whole situation was mind-blowing to me. But let me know if y'all have a crazy story time. And if you got this right, comment a black heart so I can follow you back. Okay, bye guys.
What's up, you motherfucking hoes? If you're not watching my fucking video, then what the fuck are you doing? Thank you. If you're not going to school today, then what are you doing? Today's the first day of school. Get back on that motherfucking grind. Ooh, you see how that smoke? Killing my hair. Killing it. I'm really sad, actually. My curls used to be tight. I'm going to put a picture right here with my curls. So, never mind. Take that back. I deleted the picture with my curls. Just like, bro, they were so tight. Like, tight as fuck. And now, I don't got shit. They're like fucking waves. Not even curls. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the rest of my hair down. And I'm going to straighten it like that. Wow, I was about to pause the video. I'd rather be up so we can smoke weed and spleen all day. Guys, it's our first day of school. First day of motherfucking school. First day of motherfucking school. But when I get home and I get on TikTok, my For You page is going to be straight videos about first day get ready with me. And I'm going to be on y'all For You pages too, because I'm doing it too. You know? So y'all better support me. And if you're watching this, follow me. Y'all see how this side already straight? Go get the straightener. It's called Remington. Go get it. You see how this is straight as fuck? And this isn't? She's a good trainer. She's a good trainer. So, when I in the comments of my videos, I want to know how y'all first day went. Let me know. Like, I honestly genuinely want to know how y'all first day went. Like, were you guys nervous? Were you sad and crying for your mommy? Because my sister's gonna be one of those. Like, every year for school, she cries for my mom. And me, I'm just like, girl, just go. Like, it's going to school. I think I got over that phase of, like, crying because I'm going to school, you know? My sister, like, she's a mommy's girl, so she's, like... So she, like, cries for my mom. And she's a junior in high school. Well, she's in 11th grade. She's in 11th. And, y'all... Oh, I just sent it hell. Like, for my layers, since I have layers, I twist my hair in. You see how I twist it in? See the difference? Like, it looks better. But this side never can come out right. Like, never can come out right. When I tell y'all, like, it never can come out right, and I don't understand why. It never can come out right, and I don't understand why. Like, you see how this one is just, like, effort.
Hey guys, get ready with me for school while I tell you a juicy story about what happened yesterday at school. Well, also, you know how yesterday I was like, yeah, I want to get a good time on my mile? Well, me and my friend just walked the whole, so that didn't really go. Okay, story time about what happened yesterday. So basically, me and my friends had to sit in a new area at lunch, like, not our usual lunch table. And one of my friends saw this, like, thing that, like, on TikTok that, like, you fill up a Ziploc bag with, like, air, and then you, like, stick something in it, and then you go like that, and it, like, shoots out really far. So obviously we wanted to try that, but we did it with a watermelon. So when we did it with a watermelon, it, like, hit this guy, and then he's like, oh, they hit me with a watermelon, but it was, like, a joke. And then we did it again, and we aimed it to, like, the wood chips area, but it went so far, it went, like, 20 feet. So it was crazy. And then we hear the TA going like, girls, no, this is, like, unacceptable. You already did this, like, 2 times, and now you're doing it again. And we're like, bro. And yeah, she's just like, this is, like, so disrespectful to, like, people. Like, you can't be doing that. And yeah, you need to stop. So yeah, she's just telling us to stop and stuff. And then one of my friends are like, this ends now. And then she's like, no, inappropriate. And we're like, what? Okay, so basically, after they told us to stop, we literally stopped. We also made some remarks, but we were, like, joking about it. I don't even know. And then I just, like, go on with my day, and I'm in science, and then one of the TAs is like, Mika, you have to come with me. And I'm like, bro, I already know what this is. And then I go with her, and then I see the 2 TAs and my principal, and this is, like, my 4th time going in his office. Within the past 2 weeks, I've been in his office 3 times. And it's not because I'm a bad kid, because I'm literally such a good kid. It's just because we get in trouble for the most stupidest thing. Anyway, he just tells me to, like, say sorry to the TAs, and I, like, couldn't hold in my laughter because he's like, how do you find enjoyment of, like, throwing food at people? I'm like, bro, what? We were catapulting watermelon. Okay, so I'm gonna do my face makeup in the car. So yeah, and apparently they made a big, like, Google Doc about all the things, like, we said. All the things we said to them. So yeah, now we have lunch detention on Monday. Again. And he's sending an email to my parents, but I already explained it to my parents. The only person who's mad at me is my dad, but my mom's like, she laughed when I told her. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, that's it to the story. And then now we're, like, getting in big trouble for it. Love it. So since we've, like, already gotten in trouble because of, like, what we do at lunch, we just literally just have fun and mess around. Our next time is gonna be suspension. Thanks for watching. Bye.